What's up? This your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another video. This particular video, I'm going over House of the Dragon episode 9. Spoiler warning, it gets good. But the real question is, are you ready? The show starts off with the death of King Viserys. The Iron Throne is empty and one of the king's kids' servants finds him deceased. The small council comes together to discuss who should be next in line for the throne. We find out that Otto Hightower always had a plan to make sure his grandson Aegon II became king and not Rhaenyra. Even so, they will not only kill her but her entire family to make sure that he stays on the throne. Alicent made it known that it was the king's last wish for Aegon to be king, even though some in the council don't believe her. Lord Beesbury came to question Queen Alicent's claim when Sir Criston kills him by slamming his head on the ball on the table. Hero Westerling and Sir Criston draw swords over the death of Beesbury. Westerling drops his white cloak and it seems to me that he would be back in Team Black, backing Princess Rhaenyra. Queen Alicent is trying to spare Rhaenyra because she doesn't want her dead, even though her father Otto wants everyone gone. Then we are with Helaena Targaryen with her twin sons by Aegon. She mentions to her mother what was given will be taken away, plus drops a beast beneath the boards reference that will come later on in this episode. So Otto Hightower sends the twins Eric with an E and Eric with an A to find Aegon and bring him back to be crowned, and Queen Alicent sends Sir Criston and his brother Aemon to find him and to bring him back here to her. Alicent finally addresses her father about how she's been manipulated to place House Hightower on the Iron Throne, but Otto Hightower basically blows it off. Aemon and Criston head to look for Aegon, where they run into a woman who looks like they slept with Aemon as a teen, but also points Eric in with an E and Eric with an A in the direction sort of to this underground fighting ring with children that have foul teeth and really long nails. One of the children in the cage is implied heavy to be one of Aegon's bastard children that he's betting on and discarded them after fights. Miss Korea meets with Otto Hightower in exchange for the whereabouts of Aegon. She wants to put an end to the underground kids fighting ring. So Otto has all the powerful houses discuss the coming of King Aegon and see who bends to the knee and who does not. And if you do not bend to the knee, you get kicked out unless you're Lord Caswell, who was actually hung. Remember, these are the people who swore to the king of Rhaenyra being the heir to the throne. The Silent Sisters are preparing the body of the king to be burned by the dragon per tradition. In my last recap, I was actually pronouncing Rhaenys name wrong as Renee, but she and Alicent actually have a heart-to-heart about the throne and how the throne should have went to Rhaenys. Rhaenys tells Alicent how she's a prisoner amongst all these men, including her father. She also tells her, have you ever thought about sitting on that Iron Throne? Next we see Aegon getting dragged back to the king's court and he doesn't want any of it. For a while this episode should have been called, Where in the World is Aegon II? Aegon even begs his brother Aemon to hop on a ship with him and never come back, but nope, you gotta go buddy. Next we get the weirdest part of the episode where Larry Strong and his foot fetish of Queen Alicent, which seems like something they've been doing for a while. Larry's also goes full pocket pull Homelander style on this one. At the same time, he also wants the queen to set him as the master of whispers. Renee gets out of the Red Keep with some of the passageways and the help for one of the twins, Eric with an E I believe. She uses the crowd to actually go into the Great Sept and to the dragon pit where she could get her dragon. So now we get to the coronation of the king and we now see the special scroll with a bunch of stuff that I just don't want to read. Aegon II actually has Aegon the Conqueror's crown and sword Blackfire. After believing no one loves him, he actually grabs a dagger and starts believing he could be king Simba style. During the ceremony, after Christian Cole places the crown upon his head, the crowd starts hyping him up, and he really thinks that the townspeople are really behind him. And honestly, they don't really care about him. They just want the stability of the kingdom. Then the dopest part of the episode happens, where Rhaenys busts out of the Dragon's Keep on her dragon Meleys the Red Queen, going full Shrek on us with Donkey and his dragon. Rhaenys spares the family and the new king and flies off, but this actually starts the Dance of the Dragons. My overall thoughts in this episode, like seriously, again, I always talking about the writing. The writing is so good, the acting is so good, but what caught me is the very end, where Rhaenys is riding on her dragon, busting out of the, out of the keep, or out of the sept. I'm sorry, busting out of the sept. Interrupting the whole coronation, starting the Dance of the Dragon. It was amazing. But the dialogue between every single character, you see all the parts and stuff are moving. Alicent finally telling her daddy, like, yo, I was your little pawn. I was literally your queen. You know what I'm saying? Chess piece to move all around the board to get next to the king. You know what I mean? So I could be able to put really the high towers up, for your own glory. Had nothing to do with the Targaryens or what they're trying to do in tradition. Had nothing to do with that. You're just trying to play this game, but the whole Larys thing, oh man, him playing pocket pool, wasn't expecting that. But again, there was always going to be some type of trade-off because of everything he was doing to make sure that she was good. Oh, I already knew it was going to be some trade-off. But what did you guys think about the episode? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Make sure to put it in the comment section. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. I'm trying a little bit of different things with the recording, so tell me if you liked it or not. But until next time, I'll holla at y'all later. Peace and Vampire.